Yeah, I'd say very much so. When I lived in China, I was living in Beijing at the time. JP Morgan was getting a local bank license, which allowed us to make foreign, local currency loans in renminbi. And going through that licensing process and realizing, JP Morgan was going to make loans of the equivalent of 100 million, $200 million to large corporations. Yet on my way back and forth between the regulator and our offices, you'd pass by little shop after little shop after little shop that had no access to a bank loan. And after coming back, I started to read about microfinance. I started to read about all the NGOs, in particular, Christian NGOs that were doing phenomenal work and making small loans to the poor. And that's really when the connection came in of all the mission trips, all the work we've done, all the experiences I've had, in particular in high poverty situations, and to see how banking as a core service use of capitalism could be leveraged to that very problem. And so I wrote in my journal in 2003, I love Jesus and I love capitalism. How do we put these together? And I happen to be somebody who's sort of a bank nerd, just like the rest of my team. For some reason, we love banks. So that became a very obvious place to say, how do we use our interest, our curiosity in banking, and our love of God to propel us down this road. So, I read every book, went to every conference, met all the people from World Vision, from Opportunity International, and really started to talk to them about the difference in paradigm between giving as a mechanism to achieve these goals versus using investment capital, and why investment capital had some attributes to it that would first allow it to scale, because we all know there's an order of magnitude of investment capital than there will ever be on the charitable side. Two, how do we free up the charitable money to do only what charitable money can do, which is evangelism and church and other kinds of things without a business model. But how do you tap in and leverage investment capital for mission-driven investments that really do have a true business model and a track record? And how do we deal with the risk return within that? And so over time, just started to develop this, and other funds were coming about at that time, but saw there was a real need in private equity in particular. And that's what fit my background and the background of my team members. It seemed like a pretty obvious place to put our time and energy.